Hey everyone, welcome to the Always Developing Leader podcast. First, I want to thank you so much for being here today. I don't take that lightly. Time is our most valuable resource. You could be anywhere listening to anything, and the fact that you are choosing to spend this time with me, that means a lot. Now, maybe that's because you're as obsessed with growth as I am, or maybe you just accidentally clicked play and now you're stuck. Either way, I appreciate you. I'll be honest, I've spent way too many hours trying to figure out why some leaders seem to thrive under pressure while others struggle. Why some unlock their full potential and others stay stuck. At first, I thought they had some secret formula. Turns out, it's not that mysterious. It's how they think, it's how they operate, it's how they respond to challenges that makes all the difference. And that's exactly what this podcast is about. I don't come here as someone who has all the answers or has it all figured out, but as someone who is constantly learning, testing, and pushing to be better, just like you. My goal is to share real practical strategies that help you develop unshakable mindset, help you lead with confidence, and keep moving forward no matter what. So whether you're leading a business, your team, or just yourself through life's challenges, I'm glad you're here. Let's keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading together. It's time to get into it. All right, I need to tell you about a moment that changed everything for me. Now, I wish I could say this story starts with me handling a high-pressure leadership situation like a Navy SEAL or some elite performer, but no, this story starts with me losing it over a gas pump. Yeah, you heard that right, a gas pump. See, I was already on edge. Life had been piling up. I had personal stress. I had work stress. Just that feeling like no matter how hard you push, you're still playing catch up. You ever felt like that? You ever been there? Like you're juggling chainsaws and any second one of them is going to drop. So I pull into the gas station, swipe my card, declined. Try again. Swipe my card, declined. And at that point, I knew I had money in there, but my brain, this little tiny brain, it isn't thinking logically. My brain is already at max capacity. And this gas pump, this stupid plastic piece of junk gas pump is about to push me over the edge. And that's when it happens. I smack the side of the gas pump. I don't mean like a full-on punch. Let's not get dramatic, but a solid, frustrated whack. Like that was somehow going to fix my entire life. Spoiler alert, it didn't. And right as I do that, I hear a click, the sound of someone locking their car door right next to me. I glanced over and I saw this older lady sitting in her sedan. She was gripping her steering wheel and looking at me like I'm some escaped zoo animal. And that's when it hit me. Not just that I look like a maniac in public, but that this wasn't about the gas pump at all. This was about everything that had been bottling up inside of me, the stress, the pressure, the weight of trying to carry too much and pretending I was fine. And I had two choices. Nah, scratch that. I didn't have two choices. I really had one real choice. I could either keep letting stress own me, or I could figure out how to handle it differently. Now, here's the thing. I used to think that handling pressure meant avoiding it. That if I just worked harder, if I got more organized, controlled everything, that I wouldn't feel overwhelmed, that overwhelm wouldn't be a part of my life. But it turns out that's garbage. Avoiding stress doesn't make you stronger. It makes you weaker. It makes you a ticking time bomb because no matter how much you try to dodge it, stress is going to come for you. And when it does, you either face it on your terms or you end up punching a gas pump right in front of a terrified grandmother. And that's when I got obsessed. I started digging into why some people break under pressure while others thrive. And what I found, it's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not even experience. It's how they interpret stress. Because here's a wild fact. Your brain doesn't actually know the difference between stress and excitement. They're the exact same chemicals. We have adrenaline, we have cortisol, we have dopamine. The difference is the story you tell yourself about it. Some people feel stressed and they think, this is too much. I can't handle this. I need to get out of this situation. But others, elite leaders, they feel the exact same stress and their thought process is, all right, let's go. This is training. I can handle this. I was built for this. And when I learned that, man, it was game over. Because I realized stress wasn't my enemy, it was my training. So back to the gas pump situation. After that humbling public meltdown, I drove home, I sat in my car, and I just sat with it. And I made a decision right then. I was done letting stress own me. From that day forward, I started treating every stressful moment as a rep in the gym. Overwhelmed? Training. Pressure piling up? Training. Unexpected chaos? Another rep in the gym. Because if you want to be an unshakable leader, you don't just get to handle stress when it's convenient for you. You have to train your mind to perform under pressure, even when you don't want to. And listen, I don't get this perfect. There are still days when I stress, and when stress just really punches me in the throat and I want to crawl into a blanket and just lay there recluse from the world. But the difference is now I recognize what's happening. It's that recognition. I see the stress for what it is and I don't fight it. I use it. It is my friend now, because stress isn't breaking you. It's revealing you. And if you let it, it's going to make you a whole lot stronger. Now, here's the thing. I don't just believe this because science says it works. I believe it because God's been saying it for thousands of years. James 1, verse 2 through 4 says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Pure joy? Trials? My guy, James, are you serious? But he wasn't saying, hey, be happy when life sucks. He was saying, reframe it. Okay, reframe it. See it as preparation. Every challenge that you face isn't just stress, it's training. Every pressure you feel isn't just a struggle, it's sharpening you. And if you start seeing it that way, you don't just survive stress, you dominate through it. All right, let's wrap this up. We're getting towards the end of our time. And if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this episode today, it's this. Stress isn't your enemy. It's your training ground. So here's my challenge to you. Next time stress hits you, instead of saying, oh, great, here we go again, I want you to say, all right, let's go. This is training. I can do this. It's making me stronger. Because the leaders who think that way, they really don't just handle stress. They become unshakable because of it. All right. If this episode hits home with you, if you can utilize this, share it with someone who you think might need to hear it. And if you're serious about rewiring your leadership, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay sharp, stay intentional, and remember, you were built for this.